Hey everyone, this is Fat Man. I got a question for you. Has everyone seen that video about the second grade teacher whooping her child? I've seen it, and I want to know your thoughts on it. I mean, if I was to put my life into the situation at that age when my mother whooped me, from basically anything from the neck down was free. My mother was a wild whooper. She was all over the place, but she would hit you from the neck down. That's it. So can you imagine my whooping? And then not to mention when she had got her boyfriend, the way he would whoop me and my sister. Basically, he would do it like we were being paddled. You know when you used to be paddled in school? And they had you put your hands up on the desk and bend over and they would paddle you. Yeah, that's how he used to discipline us. Um, but I watched this video and I mean my heart goes out to the child, but it's it's not my business. It's none of my business. I'm sorry. It's none of my business how she disciplines her child in her home. So therefore, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to leave that alone. I want to talk about the person that videotaped it. Who sits there, turns on their camera, and videotapes this, and then puts it online? Who does that? They say it was a family member. Was it who? What family member? Sister, brother, mother, father? Another one of her kids? The husband? Who was it? Huh? Why would you sit there, videotape what was going on in this house? And we need some what's the word? Some we need to know what happened before the whooping happened. What did the child do to get that whooping? I think if people knew what happened before the whooping, then we would have a better understanding of why it happened, and maybe why it feels like it was. See, because people don't know what happened before the whooping, so some people feel like it was excessive. That's the issue. Some people feel like it was excessive in what she did. But if you came from a house where you were whooped, you know, you understand, you know. I think it's most people who never were touched as a child with a belt or a hand, only had like timeouts or stuff taken away. They don't get it. They don't understand. That's just the way I feel. This is just my opinion. Do not kill the messenger. This is just my thoughts. I'm not trying to justify what she did, but this her house. She disciplines her child the way she disciplines her child. My I have issue, so I can't really, because it's none of my business what goes on in her house. Let me say it again. It's none of my business what goes on in her house. I have issue with the person that sat there and videotaped this child being disciplined. Who does that? And then you're probably putting that child in a worse situation. We're not going to talk about kids getting put in the system and having worse than what they're getting right now. You think that whooping was bad? Let that child get in the system and then get with somebody who don't really care. So now you not only You jeopardize this woman's livelihood because now I believe she was fired from her teaching job, and now her kids may be taken away from her, and then you're probably putting them in a place where they could be. Well, you probably put them in a place where they could be. What's the word I'm looking for, y'all? Where they could be put in some situations that they wouldn't have been put in if they were still with their mother. These are just my opinions. This is just how I feel. How do y'all feel on the situation? Just asking. Just want to know. How do you feel? All right, y'all. Once again, this is Fat Man.